What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Mo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report for Friday, August 22nd, 2014, delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter at The Enter Report. Yesterday, Nick Cannon announced his separation from his wife, Mariah Carey. Well, the Grammy Award-winning singer has set up a gag order which states that Cannon is not allowed to say anything about their divorce or else. Sources close to the couple told TMZ Nick and Mariah's lawyers hashed out a confidentiality agreement as part of their divorce, and it's completely one-sided. Nick is barred from saying anything about the split. If he does, there are severe financial penalties. But Mariah has the right under the agreement to announce the split on her own terms. Nick is allowed to say they're now living separately, which he's already done, but he cannot say anything about the divorce. As TMZ first reported, the divorce is a done deal. The property, settlement, and child custody have already been hashed out. During a run-through for Sunday night's MTV Video Music Awards, one of Nicki Minaj's dancers was bitten by a 6-foot-long snake believed to be an anaconda. Nicki Minaj was on stage performing her hit Anaconda when a female dancer was bit by the reptile in front of everyone. TMZ told the dancer had just been taken to the hospital where she's being treated. Anacondas are non-venomous snakes but often transmit bacteria that can lead to serious infections. The snake was removed from the stage in a container. It's unclear if the anaconda will be part of the performance Sunday night during the live telecast of the VMAs. The California Highway Patrol is investigating Steve-O for breaking the law during his SeaWorld protest. Steve-O essentially made a video confession, giving a blow-by-blow of how he defaced a public sign on the 5 freeway, which leads to the theme park. Californians were pissed, got the California Highway Patrol involved, and now Steve-O could face criminal charges defacing public property. TMZ sources say it's likely the case will be referred to prosecutors and Steve-O will be charged. Steve-O told TMZ, "Go ahead and charge me. SeaWorld sucks." Rapper Chief Keef is in trouble. Keef was otherwise occupied and didn't show up for his DUI hearing in Highland Park, Illinois. It's not much of a case. He admitted to cops he was smoking before taking the wheel. So now the 19-year-old is a wanted man, and when cops catch him, he'll have to post $50,000 bail for the jail bars to open. Keef has had an impressive list of misdeeds for a teen: failure to pay child support, a Chicago shooting incident, and a stint in rehab for marijuana. He's been jailed twice on pot-related offenses. The Scott Weiland imposter was able to fool 3 big law enforcement agencies into believing he was the Stone Temple Pilots frontman, despite the fact he was fingerprinted immediately, which was a dead giveaway, and they even had his real name. It's an unbelievable story and an incredible screw-up. Jason Hurley was arrested July 26 on burglary and meth charges. He told Beverly Hills police he was Scott Weiland, and that was good enough for them. It's breathtaking because cops actually fingerprinted Hurley, which should have been enough for them to know it wasn't Weiland, who himself has been fingerprinted before. Hurley's prints came back as Hurley. So the first big screw-up, the press office apparently didn't know about the fingerprint results and wrote a press release touting a celebrity arrest, Scott Weiland from Stone Temple Pilots. The DA charged Hurley almost immediately with 5 crimes. The case is written as People vs. Scott Weiland, aka Jason Michael Hurley. So somehow it got to the DA that Hurley was the guy, yet everyone kept saying it was Scott Weiland. So Hurley went to LA County Jail, where he's been sitting for 3 weeks, and no one put 2 to 2 together. Cops didn't have a clue they had misidentified a guy who was in custody until TMZ posted a story based on the Beverly Hills Police Department release, and Scott fired back he was in a recording studio. John Lennon's killer was again denied parole in his 8th attempt. The New York State Parole Board came to their decision after a hearing with Mark David Chapman on Wednesday. The Parole Board determined that they believed the 59-year-old Chapman would again break the law if he was released, according to the New York Times. The written statement added that this victim has displayed kindness to you earlier in the day, and your actions have devastated the family and those who love the victim. The board concluded that releasing Chapman would be incompatible with the welfare of society. Chapman shot and killed John Lennon outside his apartment house in Central Park West on December 8, 1980. He hit him with 4 out of a total of 5 shots. In 1981, Chapman was sentenced to 20 years to life in prison after he pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. The transcript of Chapman's most recent hearing has not been released, but in his previous 2012 hearing, he detailed Lennon's kindness, recalling how the former Beatle member had agreed to autograph an album cover for him on the day that he was killed. Chapman can seek parole for a 9th time in August 2016. Charles Platkin, a health expert who operates under the name Diet Detective, has filed suit against Academy Award-winning actress Gwyneth Paltrow's lifestyle website, Goop.com. He alleges that the company infringed on his Diet Detective copyright in a July 18th article posted on its website. Platkin is the author of the Diet Detective syndicated column, as well as maintaining a website under that name. He demands that Goop Inc. be barred from using his Diet Detective trademarks and is seeking monetary damages in a jury trial. In the suit, Platkin details that he is the owner and editor-in-chief of the syndicated health, nutrition, and fitness column and its accompanying website. He has used the Diet Detective brand since 2008, owning the trademark since 2004 for a syndicated column, since 2007 as a website, and since 2008 for its books, according to the lawsuit. The suit alleges that Goop Inc. used the trademark phrase Diet Detective without license or permission in an article posted to its website on July 18, 2014. The article featured similar contents to what Platkin provides in his own syndicated columns. Platkin requests the company remove the infringement, which they did, but the suit alleges that Goop Inc. advised him that its usage of his mark was allowed by the First Amendment. He subsequently sought reimbursement and offered a general release so long as infringing content was removed from the site and associated social media sites, according to the lawsuit. But those requests went unanswered. As detailed in several exhibits, Platkin alleged that as recently as August 18th, the infringement was still present in the meta tags and titles of the articles in the Goop.com website, as well as in the search engine results for his trademark phrase, Diet Detective. The MPAA is coming under fire for its acclaimed rating system, which this time around has given both ultra-violent comic book films Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, and Iron Sack's critically acclaimed Sundance drama Love is Strange R ratings. But unlike Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller's styled neo-noir dystopia, Love is Strange, which stars John Lithgow and Alfred Molina, contains zero violence or nudity. The film was given the rating for strong language, as it apparently exceeds the MPAA's minuscule limit for curse words, though any audience member would be hard-pressed to remember a single instance of one being used in the Sony Pictures classic release. Meanwhile, films like The Expendable 3 scored a PG-13 rating, despite featuring violence as the one weak lure to come see it all. The rating has drawn outrage from critics and bloggers alike, led in part by New York Star-Ledger critic Stephen Whitty's execration of the industry's group's decision. Yes, rhetorically, this is a gentle, if often heartbreaking story about two loving men in a long-time committed relationship. What on earth is it that so horrifies the MPAA? A spokesman for the MPAA told the Wrap, the descriptor that accompanies the film's rating notes that is rated R for language, as in any film that includes the same level of strong language regardless of subject matter. The MPAA has been challenged before. Just last year, the Weinstein Company won a decision in which the R rating for its Oscar-nominated Philomena was converted to a PG-13. That movie had one too many F-bombs, but it only involved child abuse, not a loving long-term relationship between a gay couple. James Foley's family members are speaking out, and perhaps unsurprisingly they have some misgivings about the way the journalist's kidnapping was handled by the U.S. government. Foley was taken hostage by armed men in northwest Syria while working on a story for Global Post, an online U.S. news company, in 2012, and had been missing since. On Tuesday, Foley was executed on camera in a graphic video released by the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, better known as ISIS. Foley's brother Michael Foley told Katie Couric in a wide-ranging interview for Yahoo News, the United States could have done more on behalf of the Western and American hostages over there and still deal with the broader worldwide issues. Take the money aside, there's more that could have been done directly on Jim's behalf. And I really hope, with respect to Steven Stotloff, that they take some action quickly. Stotloff, another freelance journalist who often covered Middle East conflict zones for Time, appeared alongside Foley in the ISIS video Alive, though the armed militant threatens that his life hangs in the balance depending on President Obama's next move. The U.S. has strict laws prohibiting the government from negotiating for ransoms with terrorists to free kidnapped citizens, though the Foley family, along with Foley's employer Global Post, had been in contact with ISIS to negotiate a release. The communication ceased late last Wednesday with one last email from Foley's captors stating Foley would be executed. Foley's siblings also revealed they were angry every time Foley decided to return to covering dangerous war zones after he had been kidnapped by militant loyals to Muammar Gaddafi during the Libyan civil war in 2011. Michael Foley said, "But over time we've learned to understand why, and how brave he was, and how important what he did was to the world." Foley's sister Katie Foley also participated in the interview with Katie Carey. Basketball Wives star Drea Michelle just got sued by a club that claimed she canceled a gig because there were too many gay people. But there now is evidence she may be the victim of a smear campaign. TMZ broke the story. A VIP hostess at Penthouse nightclub claimed Drea showed up for a scheduled event August 10th, surveyed the crowd, and then homophobically goused there were too many fags and dykes. The hostess said Drea stormed out, making the night a disaster. But in the club's lawsuit, there's not a word mentioned about homophobic comments. In fact, the lawsuit doesn't even say Drea showed up. It says they got a text from her saying she was too tired to show. The story in the lawsuit syncs up with the one Drea told TMZ, that she never showed up because she was sick. She also told TMZ the club owner threatened to trash her in the media for being a no-show. The question is, did the owner make good on his threat? Pop star Justin Bieber took his Can-Am Spyder into Beverly Hills Thursday, and when traffic got too congested for his taste, he maneuvered it onto the sidewalk where he rode illegally, almost hitting someone. Luckily enough, there was no cops around, because if that was the case, Bieber is on probation for the egg-throwing incident, which means if he's not allowed to violate any laws. If he got caught, he would have been arrested for violating that probation. And that is your entertainment report for Friday, August 22nd, 2014. This is your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello. I'll be back on Monday to deliver some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello, or on Twitter @The Enter Report. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you again on Monday. Bye.